I built a fort in my garage. Thanks for stopping back out tonight. We're getting back to the BetsyRoss project. Mara is at church or something. She'll be back at some point. But we need to get back on this thing and start making some progress. Had a whole week or so off. Didn't get anything done. It is about halfway through the first week of January now. The temperatures outside are pretty warm, but they're not going to stay that way, and we need to get some paint done. So if you hadn't noticed before, when my daughter was standing over in that corner, that's our heat source for the shop right now. And it's flame based, so I have to get a little bit creative to keep the shop space warm enough so that we can spray in here and not cause any type of a risk with having open flames and volatile substances, we'll call it. But also I don't really want overspray. So what my goals are here is to try to get the area warm enough. We'll turn the heat off, we'll spray, and then we'll turn the heat back on again. It's not a whole lot of paint, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal. But I also don't want paint all over the inside of my shop. I don't do a whole lot of painting here. Most of what I do is grinding and cutting, and I can just clean that mess up. I don't really want overspray on my toolbox, on my tools, and all the other stuff, and the walls. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a quick and dirty paint booth. And I did something similar when I painted the tubing bender. If you watch that video, it's in my channel. But you'll see we did something similar, but we had that out front. This one we're going to do inside here. I put a post on a local residents page and asked them for, hey, does anybody have an easy up frame that they don't need? And somebody reached out and said, here you go, and that's what we're going to use. So let's get started. What do you think? I built a fort in my garage. Alright, so I'm going to have a fan. That'll blow out. That's backwards right now. Got to get a little piece for that side over there. And then maybe I will tape off some paper underneath so that when we're painting in here, the overspray doesn't go around and out, but also that draft should suck it through We'll open the garage door when we do it, and we'll spray down the floor so that we don't have it stick to the floor too bad. But we're not doing a whole lot in here. This is kind of like a precaution. But we're that close. We're that close. So here we go.
Is it recording? No. Here's your rag.
See, she is helping. She's out here. Try to spray some of this newly found rust. Got a lot on there. Every time I go to try to paint, I find more rust. Right in here. More rusty metal. But it's not much in the grand scheme of things compared to some of the other XJs I've worked on. But it's enough that's like I just, we're coming this far. Might as well go further. Once we have the engine in, you can't get to any of this stuff to paint.
Right, but I think, take care of all the rust. I don't think we should worry about, feathering it out and making sure
Well, up here you will. Up here we want to make sure it's nice and feathered out up here. Like, this is a good spot, but down there we don't care about it as much. If we were to do it out here, like when we paint here, we're gonna make sure that's nice. Anything is visible. This area right here is the part that you're going to see the most when you open the hood. That's really the only part that we really care about. The rest of this, especially down here and below, we'll get that covered with some undercoating spray. So
it's lucky that we don't have. You look so sad.
I feel like we haven't gotten anything done.
Well, we have. We put this on.
I feel like, well, it's because it's been so many days since we made progress.
Right. I mean,
I forgot how much more we had to do before we could paint. I'm like, oh, we're ready to paint. No, we're not ready to paint.
Anyway, we put this on.
Got this on.
We put paint on it. Primer.
Yep.
We put that patch on.
Yep.
And we've taken care of the smaller rust spots. So.
Yep. All right. So I just put the rust treatment on those spots that we just ground down there. So the line I'm drawing is right there at the transmission tunnel.
Right.
Anything from that transmission tunnel forward, we're almost ready. We just got to wipe it down with acetone one more time, clean it real well, and then we can spray the self-etching on the bare metal. We could do that tonight if we really wanted to, but it's Harlan's birthday, so we got to go back in the house.
I think we should.
So tomorrow we can come back out and we can do self-etching on there when the Terrells aren't here, or if we just get some time to get it done. The problem is that if we start painting, we'll get overspray and everything. So we've got to get this wire loom wrapped because we can't find that plug. Because I think the dash has to come out to get to that plug. And so we've got to wrap the wiring loom and these wires, these cables, so that when we spray, they don't get covered in paint. And then we can paint. We can prime the bare metal. We can seal all the primer with the builder primer. Then we have to sand all that. Then we can spray the blue. And then after we spray the blue, then we should go underneath and wire brush all the rest of the underside there where the transmission goes, and then we can spray that with black and undercoating. And then we can put the transmission in. We'll get there. We'll get there. Sorry.
It's okay.
We'll get there. Well, yet again, we have an incomplete video.
This week was my son's birthday. It's the first week of January. Last week was Christmas. And, well, you know, it's just not it just didn't make much progress on it. But you can see we have a temporary makeshift paint booth. I added some lights so we can get back at it. But it's Saturday night. It's about 11 o'clock. The kids are in bed. I came out to get some SD cards, and I'm gonna throw this video on the computer and upload it so that you guys can watch this on Sunday. Even though it's kind of incomplete, it didn't get a whole lot done, but we are getting back to it. We're taking little bits at a time, just like last week, and we'll get there. Thanks a lot for coming along with us. Thanks for stopping out to the shop. I hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoy working with my daughter and spending time on it. You guys have a good one. We'll see you next time.